Ladies and gentlemen.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit and offer my perspective about changing from a single wheel truck to a dually. So I've never had a dually before, and my truck historically is my car. It's my grocery getter, it's my long haul, it's my everything. I've had a truck, and it's worked well for me. So the thought of getting a dually, didn't want one. Was sure I didn't want one, sure I wouldn't like it. They're hard to park, can't take them through a lot of drive-throughs. They're just wider, and you know, most likely the gas mileage isn't going to be as good. And I had just put my foot down and said, no, I don't want one. Well, I got an offer I couldn't refuse from my husband, and I have a dually now. And I gotta tell you, I'm really, really glad that I got it. And feel kind of silly for all of the pushback that I gave. But my trailer is 8 feet wide, and it already felt wide going down the road, especially some of that construction stuff you get into where they've got those cement barriers on both sides of you, and it's curvy, right? It's like, vroom, vroom, vroom. And I was always like, oh, I ran into something, but I didn't. So now that I've got miles on this new truck, a couple of things I realized that made me feel better about driving the dually. One, in the wind, it's awesome. With my single wheel, I could feel the trailer in a high wind kind of tugging on me, and this dually and the anti-sway system that it has, and just the wider wheelbase is awesome for winds. We've had a windy spring, and I've had it out with this trailer a couple of times in the wind, and it's just so much easier. And what my husband pointed out was that these duals aren't even as wide as my mirrors. He says you never creamed your mirrors going down the road or trying to park, so you're not going to cream these fenders for the dually. And he's right, and we measured it. It looked to me, like maybe the duals were wider than the horse trailer. No. All these years I've been dragging this horse trailer down the road, never had any trouble with it being too wide. Never even thought about it being too wide. Well, the dually isn't even as wide as the trailer is. So, yeah, really, really glad to have it. And it's a Ford. Historically, I've had Dodges. I've had 1, 2, 3 Dodges with the Cummins diesel in them, and have really, really liked them. Super familiar with them, knew, where all the buttons and everything were, and I gotta tell you, it's taken me a while. The cockpit of this one is like a spaceship in there. I got a new phone and a new truck within a couple of months, and yeah, the technology is going to take me a while to get used to, but it is a really good looking truck. Something else I like about this truck, this color, you can see it's, my husband calls it primer gray. It looks a little darker in the shade like this, but for where I live in eastern Iowa, it is dust colored. It just doesn't look dirty unless you really, really look. So yeah, it's flat color. Ford quit making the silver, the sparkly silver for Super Duty, and this is the avalanche color, and I sure do enjoy it. But gotta have your trail ride lights on them. The mirrors I like better than the Dodge. Dodge has the fold out mirrors that kind of go like this to get wider, and I was always forgetting to do that. And I can telescope these from the cab, which is nice. And yeah, so exterior wise, I really like this. Oh, I did want to show you one feature I got that me with my new knee replacement has really been important to me. Hold on. So I don't have a generator on board on my horse trailer, so when I have my generator here in the bed, this step in the box side is really going to be awesome for getting up in there and hooking up my 30 amp plug and fueling and turning that generator off and on. but that's not my favorite part. So we spent, gosh, I think it was maybe $160 maybe, because well, Ford's got these toe holds in the side of the bumper that are handy, but for somebody like me that's just kind of average height female, they're still a little high. So we got this step, and this, yeah, I think this was maybe, I don't know, yeah, I think it was something like $160. But when the tailgate's down, this step right here is perfect height to help me get up into that tailgate. So here, I'll show it to you from the side so you can see what it's like. But see how that works? Man, that's slick. Yeah, you know, like I said, with the new knee, I've been kind of learning new ways to do stuff because I can't really kneel or crawl or power myself up quite as well as I was before. But boy, that's handy. It just kind of spring loaded and goes right back up in there. But I sure like that about the new Ford, and it's a good looking truck, I think. It's certainly different having to get kind of used to it, but all the Fords that are dualies are four-wheel drive now. They're all long box, so you don't have to worry about deciding about that. They're all this cab style, and I forget what they call this. It's a extra room cab. Yeah, they did away. They had, I don't know how many different wheelbases you could order dualies in, and they've reduced some of that. So yeah, really have gotten to know this truck a little bit. It's a Lariat, so it's got a pretty nice interior, and yep, I've been using it for sure. But they're also not putting the leather in Super Duty until you get up, I think, to Platinum. So this is not leather, but I gotta tell you, it's comfortable, and I'll bet that it will stay nice longer. So yep, I got my pink towel on the console for the dog so he doesn't scratch things up yet. And yeah, it's got a good looking dash in it. Nice, great big screen. I've got a Bronco, so a lot of the buttons are very similar to the Bronco. That helped. Something to know about this when you switch to a new Ford, it does have an automatic parking brake. So it's here, but also our shop is, and the gravel in front of the doors is almost flat, but not flat enough to keep the automatic parking brake from coming on. So if you decide to get one of these, take a look at your owner's manual. There is a way to shut that off when you're backing up to it, or the parking brake will come on and you'll find out you need to move about 3 inches to get underneath your trailer just right, and because the parking brake's on, you can't do it. Newbie mistake. Turns out if it's in tow haul, your truck's in tow haul, that parking brake doesn't do that. Which helps, and there is a little icon on the display, the big screen, that you can do to shut that automatic parking brake off when you're trying to hook up your trailer. Because boy, was I not very happy the first time I tried to hook it up, because that parking brake, I didn't even know what it was doing, but I just couldn't. There was no way to move, an inch or two. It's got the bed cam, so you can see pretty well if you're straight onto your trailer, front to back, or left to right, but front to back is still a little bit tough to see. So yep, sure happy to have this rig. The trailer's 20 years old, and things have changed standards in how far it is from your wall here up to where your hitch is. So that's something else to think about if you're thinking about a new truck. Because this one with the tailgate down was going to run into my propane bottle cover here because of how far it is from the ball to the end of the tailgate. The box is fairly deep, the tailgate is fairly long, and when we were trying to decide what we were going to buy, I borrowed my friend's new Ford, backed up underneath there, and whoa, stop. We were about 6 inches too short on the trailer. So this is what we did. So this is an offset hitch, and you can think of it kind of as an S, where here there is a cylinder, just like a just like your ball would have, a cylinder or square part that goes down into the factory gooseneck hitch. And then it comes back 6 inches. And then the ball part that your trailer hooks to comes up here. Yeah, this is a 30,000 pound rated offset hitch. And this, of course, just keeps it from rotating. It goes right into the factory holes that are there for if you're going to pull with like a 5th wheel type hitch in there. But yeah, we had to kind of figure that out too. But it works great. And that white stuff that's in there is still soap. Looks like I didn't get that all rinsed out as well as I should have. But yeah, a couple of things I learned about getting a new truck, and thought maybe I would share them. So there you have it. All that fussing that I did about getting a dually, not wanting one. Nope, it was just not real. Granted, it's not going to be the best grocery getter ever, because sometimes in those grocery stores, those cars are pretty close together. Won't be able to take it into some places, but we have another car that I can take, and I really did like my Dodge trucks. Just really enjoyed them. Those Dodge trucks I had meant freedom for me, and now I got a great Ford. And if you need a great Ford, my son sells them, and I'm sure he would be happy to help you out. His name is Nick Strasser, and he works at Junge Ford, Junge Ford, in North Liberty, Iowa, and he can get you the truck that you need. You probably won't get the super secret mom discount that I get, but I'm sure he'll give you the best deal that he can. So thanks for watching, everybody, from Beth Boyle, Iowa Trail Rider. And for those of you that might have been wondering, yes, I'm letting the dog ride in the new truck. This is my dog, Gus. And got him a little rug there. Up he goes. He's got it all figured out, right, Gus? You got it all figured out, didn't you, buddy?